Hi there. So this is a video for parents. Just excuse the background a little. It's the best one that I can be at this time, where I will not get disturbance. Now, the role of parents is very sensitive. We have to really think about the welfare of our loved ones, our dear, beautiful children. And yes, we love our children so much, but we still have bad habits, right? Habits is not like we mean to have these bad habits, but they come from society, they come from the culture that we are part of. One of the things that we must be able to do is to distinguish between habits that really help ourselves and our loved ones and those that do not. In other words, we must distinguish between habits that put ourselves and our loved ones in safe conditions and habits that put ourselves and loved ones in a compromising situation or conditions. So, habits that put ourselves and our loved ones in good conditions, in safe conditions, or situations are habits that come from good consciousness. And one of those things that we must uphold is good understanding, a good understanding of who we are in this world and and how to satisfy who we are. Okay, so we are human beings. We are supposed to live on humane principles. And by living on humane principles, everything is going to go well for us. Because humans are meant to live on humane principles. We cannot live on inhumane principles. On the and because of this now, we will we'll put ourselves and our loved ones in very safe situations. Let me just say, for example, where you do not travel too fast, and that's one of the a very risky situation when you travel too fast, or when you have to live very high, like in some countries people live very high. All of these increase the probability of something happening to you, okay, and your loved ones. It increases the probability. We want to lower the probability that something will happen to ourselves and our loved ones. So also to be in situations where there is violence, um, that is also very, very important. And society is a place that that's actually compared to be a bed. Society is a bed, and every single day we go into society. The saying is, so you make your bed, so you shall lie on it. So we cannot only be thinking about ourselves, we have to think about others. That is what it means. That is what it means to be a human being. We must think about other people and and on ourselves at the same time, so that we can make the world a better place, a much safer place for our loved ones. So, just excuse me there. So so we must iron out. We must iron out what is really humane conduct, and of course, it all boils down to habits. As I said, habits is so powerful that many parents, sometimes I meet parents, they have lost their loved ones because of habits, right? They cannot see that they're going to put their loved one in risks because of habits, and they do not give up their habits, right? People prefer to hold on to their habits even though they have lost a dear one or maybe even a child. People still hold on to bad habits, okay? Because and number two is that people would not see this bad habit as important even after, as I said, something bad happens. People will not see that habits that are connected to losing our human nature are bad. What am I talking about specifically? Okay, there's a general notion in society that we must fast and pray, right? But fasting and praying, it's too vague, right? From a from a society that is very faulty, that is corrupt, that is filled with compromise. Obviously, such statements are too vague. So let me break it down. Fasting really means not to indulge in in a diet that uplifts the humane nature, uplifts our humane nature. And the only diet that does that is a plant-based diet. If we are part of violence, if we are part of slaughter of innocent animals that wants to live, then that is called violence, and that destroys our human nature. And as a result, we compromise what we how we plan to for our loved ones to be, the situations that they should be. We cannot think about the right situations that they should be in because we have compromised our human nature by those activities. So please be part of a diet that is plant based, that is filled with fruits, vegetables, and herbs, and free from violence, which destroys our human nature. Then you're going to see the best situations for your loved ones. At the moment, our mind and intelligence, our senses, mind, and intelligence is tinged with lack of feelings because we have indulged in slaughter of innocent animals. And as a result, we cannot perceive the situations for our loved ones to be in. We send them abroad, we send them to drive in fast vehicles, and we feel that everything can work out, right? But that's not the right way to think. Why should you put yourself or your loved ones in situations that are very risky and you don't even realize it? You should not do this. So, my humble encouragement to all parents is to go on a diet that is free of violence. A diet is free of violence, so you can so our intelligence or understanding can be very clear of how we want our loved ones to be, the situations that we want our loved ones to be, the choices that we should make that will help our loved ones, help our children. So, and of course, we have to help society at the same time. Now, let me tell you something. We can hit many mangoes with one stone, and that's the beauty about following purpose. Now, if you go to a plant-based diet, a diet that is non-violent, a diet that is very loving and compassionate, then what was going to happen is that you are setting example also for everybody that's around you. So you're helping yourself and your loved ones, and you're helping society as well. And that is what eliminates the situation of compromise. Just excuse me, the motorcycle. Yeah, that eliminates by living a very um, uh, good life, living a very non-violent life, and praying you will do good for yourself and your loved ones, and also society. And so, in this way, we avoid risks. So I want to I'm looking at my time, and I want to go a little bit more in detail because these things tend to be very vague, and details are very important. Now, when you have a diet of fruits, vegetables, and herbs that you grow right in your yard, it creates a bond within the family. Together, you take care of the plants, nice fruits, beans, nuts. All of these things grow very nicely. Uh, uh, Tomatoes, bora, balanche, all of these wonderful vegetables grow so nicely. And beans also very, very important. It creates a bond within the family. And when there's a bond, then there's a joy. And the thing is Mother Nature gives you a reward for the right approach to survival. And that is called serotonin, that hormone. So when you engage your family in a compassionate diet, that hormone is there and it gives you a lot of happiness and peace. So with a happy family, there's no need to engage in situations or to be in situations that compromise you and your loved ones. And with that, when people see example now within the village and so on, you're actually creating a situation that when you and your family goes out, or when your children go to school, they also are in a situation that is very safe. I'm going to do a part 2